To me, the poor are like bonsai trees. When you plant the base seed of the tallest tree in 6-inch deep flower pot, you get a perfect replica of the tallest tree. But it is only inches tall. There is nothing wrong with the seed you planted. Only soil base you provided was insufficient. The poor people are bonsai people. There is nothing wrong with the seeds. The society never gave them a base to grow on. This famous quote of Professor Muhammad Yunus has great context with regards to Bangladesh. In spite of having all the capacity and capability, as a country, it wouldn't be wrong to say that we haven't able to reach the record mark of success as yet. The mark that was dreamed of our freedom fighters. Is there anything wrong with our people? No. We are as capable as any other developed nation. We could have been one of the sought-after countries in the world. However, our country's politics has just not seemed to serve the purpose of our people. Still striving for a fair democracy. Just look at Malaysia or even Singapore. Both these countries got independence in the early 1950s and late 60s. But where are they today? And where are we now? What magic spell did they use? Surely they have established good governance and democracy. And surely they have managed something that Bangladesh have not. The hotels and politics blockade in Bangladesh have led to killing thousands of people. The absence of a mutual helping stalemate in our nation is the reason why we the public are still paying the price. We are the victims of the battle being found between the political parties. Good evening, everyone. I'm Roger and I'm here to present to you a few examples or incidents rather to depict the need of a mutual helping stalemate in our lives. Do you all recall the time when our former Prime Minister, Begum Khaleda Zia, and current Prime Minister were neighbors? Yes, when they were themselves involved in a mutual helping stalemate situation, the army-backed government sent them to jail. It was perhaps the most bitter political situation after democracy restoration in Bangladesh. Many of us were surprised when we saw the most powerful and influential people of Bangladesh sent to jail. 111, one of the turning points in the political history of Bangladesh. This day in 2007 will be remembered for a long time. 111 is perhaps the biggest example also about mutual helping stalemate in the context of Bangladesh political situation. Neither parties could win, but they hurt each other, and they also hurt the whole nation. So seriously. The nation paid the price, innocent lives and skins were burned, through petrol bombs and gunpowders, apparently to put an end to the spate of violence after the regime of BNP in 2006. The President Yazid Ahmed issued the state of emergency. Soon after, the political parties, after a series of meetings between the diplomats, a solution was reached and democracy was restored. Now, before sharing my next example about mutual helping stalemate, I want to share a personal story of mine. It was about 9 or 10 years back when I was a student of class 8. I was very weak in English and I had failed most of my English exam in school. Then, when I decided to develop my English skill, that when I got admission in one of the best coaching centers of my city, students from different schools enrolled that center, and they were all quite good. So good that one fine day, the director of the coaching center asked me to leave since I was apparently being a menace in the classroom with my weak English. That other students in the class didn't want me as their English-speaking partners, and that his business may go down. I was left speechless and I cried that day. 6 years later, exactly 6 years later, in 2011, in front of Boshundar Convention Center, where I had gone to give my IELTS exam, I met the director over there and I had said hello to him. He asked me what I was doing there, and I replied that I had come to give my IELTS exam here. On the same day, I got to know that I had scored actually more than in life. And later I also got to know that in that exam, I also scored more than him in arts. Which I have to raise our voice against this stalemate. Education is education. If I don't know English, I can learn it. That doesn't matter that I have to be discriminated or left out of a particular group. This social stigma that if you know English, you are smart, but if you don't, you aren't. You don't belong anywhere. That's kind of thinking we need to come out of. This stalemate that society has created needs to be destroyed. And I believe this is the right moment for it. In conclusion, I would like to just narrate one more story. As a teenager, I used to play cricket for Dhaka Division on the 13 cricket team. During that time, the Australian cricket team had to come to Bangladesh. Back then they had to have played test cricket in Fotullah. They required few ball boys, and the Bangladesh cricket board had to call me up. It was then that I just asked the Australian coach as why our players aren't good, the player as theirs. Then that time the Australian coach was John Buchanan. He just put his hand on my shoulder and said to me, "Look, listen young mate, if you want to get any success in your life, at first you have to be honest with yourself first. If you're a good human being, why you cannot be a good cricketer, even a good student, a good husband, a good son, or a good cricketer?" And this brings me back the lines of Professor Muhammad Yunus, which I started my speech. The reason why we can't perform to our ability, because we don't have a strong base from where we can grow. In order to get this base, we need these hard thoughts to end. We need this constant tension to be things of the past. Need a solution to stalemate that has unfortunately seemed to affect our lives every now and then. Best wishes to you all. Good day.